Imagine standing on the shore and looking out at an ocean you cannot map. You don't know how deep it is. You don't know what lives beneath it. And when the waves disappear into darkness, your imagination fills the void. For thousands of years, people told stories about creatures hiding beneath the sea. But one creature was described as something far more terrifying than an ordinary monster. A creature so powerful that no human could hope to control it. Its name was Leviathan. And the strangest part, Leviathan wasn't simply described as a monster. It became a symbol of something much bigger, the terrifying chaos of the sea itself. The word Leviathan comes from the Hebrew Leviathan, and some of the oldest surviving references appear in the Hebrew Bible. But Leviathan doesn't appear in just one story. It appears in several different contexts. In the Book of Psalms, Leviathan is portrayed as a creature associated with the sea. In Job, the description becomes far more dramatic. And in Isaiah, Leviathan appears as a twisting sea serpent that will ultimately be defeated. So what exactly was Leviathan? A giant serpent? A dragon? A crocodile? A sea monster? Or something else entirely? The ancient texts don't give us a simple answer, and that's where the story gets interesting. Long before the Hebrew Bible was written down in its surviving form, civilizations in the ancient Levant were already telling stories about powerful beings associated with the sea. One important source comes from the ancient city of Ugarit, on the Mediterranean coast of modern-day Syria. Ugarit flourished during the Late Bronze Age, and its clay tablets preserve mythology written in the Ugaritic language. Among these texts is the famous Baal Cycle, and within this mythology appears a terrifying serpent called Lotan. Lotan is described using imagery remarkably similar to the later biblical Leviathan. A fleeing serpent, a twisting serpent, a powerful creature associated with the sea. Modern scholars have long recognized the striking parallel between Lotan and Leviathan. But there's an important distinction. We shouldn't imagine that one ancient culture simply copied the other. The myths developed within a much larger world of shared Near Eastern ideas, and the sea was one of the most powerful symbols in that world. Today, the ocean is something we can measure. We have satellites, sonar, submarines, maps, weather forecasts. But ancient people had none of this. For many communities, the sea represented something fundamentally unknown. It could provide food. It could connect distant civilizations. It could bring wealth. But it could also destroy ships, swallow people, and disappear into an apparently endless horizon. In Canaanite mythology, the sea itself could be portrayed as a destructive cosmic force. The ancient Ugaritic texts describe Yam, the sea, as one of the powerful forces within the Canaanite cosmic order. In the Baal Cycle, Baal battles and defeats Yam. This gives us an important clue. Leviathan wasn't necessarily frightening simply because it was big. It represented something humans could not easily control. The wildness of the sea, the unknown, and chaos itself. And this is where Leviathan becomes truly unforgettable. In the book of Job, God challenges Job with a series of questions about the natural world, and eventually, the conversation turns to Leviathan. The description is extraordinary. The creature is portrayed as incredibly powerful. Its body is covered in formidable armor-like scales. Its mouth is terrifying. Its strength is beyond ordinary human ability. And the message is clear. You cannot control this creature. Job is not given instructions for hunting Leviathan. There is no heroic warrior preparing to fight it. Instead, Leviathan is presented as something so overwhelming that human power looks insignificant beside it. And that is crucial. Because the story isn't really asking, could a man defeat a giant sea monster? It's asking something much larger. How small is humanity compared with the forces of creation?